and ride this giddiness wave, shall we say. Hope you're all keeping well and you're smashing the life out of your week.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, boys and girls, what is happening, you legends? We're back. We're just back. We're getting it done, man. So yeah, day one here. We are hitting a top triple, but we're warming up. Again, taking our wee time. You'll notice I have the 2.5 kilo plates either side. I've got much better over the years predicting what I need to do in the warm-up to get my sets right. And I like to take like even jumps. So I go straight from 125 here, straight up to 165 as my final warm-up. And again, just ramping the body up, taking my time, focusing on the wee process and getting ready for that top set. So again, I think this moves like absolute lightning. It should, because it's only 165. Boom. Yes. Rup the boys. So yeah, that felt pretty good. I'm at the stage now where everything is kind of feeling the same. So it's feeling really, really good on my back. Even when I do go up in weight, it's feeling comfortable. And that's when I know the training is starting to pay off. And all those reps are starting to pay off. So here we have our top weight, 185 for 3. That's T-R-E-E for you people out there. Yeah, so we're slowly building and we're taking our time. Now, this feels very comfortable on my back and I'm trying not to smile here because it's so good. Yeah, so again, process is taking care of everything. One of the cues that I've been working on, and I said this in a previous video, was just feeling the ground with my feet. So trying to displace the pressure through my foot evenly and really contact the ground. It's been a massive change for me in overall power output and just been able to transfer it over to the squat. Woo! Loving it. So yeah, dripped on down to 160 after this. And again, taking care of these back offsets, it's very, very simple to underestimate when you drop back down, because it will feel very, very light because your body has got accumulated to the heavier weight. But when you do your back offsets, it's very important you take care of these, you know. Don't disrespect the weight. Focus on that technique. Focus on the smaller things. So again, I'm just focusing on position here and I'm focusing on bracing with each rep. Again, I'm not rushing. I want to take my time with these as well. So yeah, overall, I must say squat's probably the best it's ever felt. My last block that I ran in before this, squats were starting to click. And during that first lockdown, I ended up totaling 675 in my home gym. And that's when my squat really, really kicked off. And I've managed to carry some momentum through, even though I've done some other bits and pieces before that, or after that since. So now, as you can see, we are on to young bench press and we have 135. We're hitting this for triples as well. Again, just the weight going up, it's feeling really, really good. I've really dialed in that position, and as you can see, I'm super excited to smash that. So this is a wee back down set. Again, I seem to be harping on about this, but just take your time with them back offsets. Get through them and get that weight in, boys and girls. Again, this is going to feel lighter when you do drop down, but again, just making sure you respect that weight. Getting after it. Yeah, so I've actually changed footwear for the bench press and for my deadlift. You'll notice I have like these Velcro kind of slip-on shoes. These are shoes I bought ages ago. But I can now actually fit into them properly. I used them initially, but I ended up getting this weird thing on my foot, which it didn't allow me to fit into narrow fit shoes. But I got that sorted there a couple of weeks ago, or a couple of months ago, should I say. And I've been able to wear them since, but they feel just much better. Hitting that accessory work with some stiff legs here. I think this is just 90 kilo. Again, you don't need to focus too much on that, on weight-wise for that, but again, we just need to focus on that technique, shall we say. Oh, look at this. We're into day 2. Hello and welcome, you legends. So day 2, we're kicking off with some deadlifts. I didn't film the first warm-up because obviously you don't need to see that. I did film this though. Again, this is 160. We is working up, taking our wee time. One thing that I've done with deadlift especially is just slow everything down a little bit. I used to get a wee bit chaotic in that setup position, and I was rushing a little bit more than I should have. But now I'm very happy with the position and everything seems to be clicking again. So we switched on up straight to 200 for a wee sangle dangle, and then we went straight to 215. Now, this, if I'm not mistaken, feels really good. Got my wee Space Jam t-shirt on today. Loving life. But yeah, again, weights are building up, boys and girls, and we're feeling good. Feeling good. So what I'm doing here, I'm just taking a couple of breaths in, slowing down everything, taking my time, focus on what I need to do. I take a wee look down, last look down, hands go down, brace hard, breathe, grab, hips down, push the ground away with my legs hard. Boom, snap, up the road with you boys. There you go. Wackaloo. Bracing them lats, tighten into the belt. See that wee nod there? That's just testament to how it felt. Felt great. Again, another thing I'm looking at as well as with deadlift is I've changed my perception of it. So I don't try to rush through the set. I take my time and I enjoy every single second of it. So after this, we did some back downs. I didn't film those because they're boring. I did, however, move into some benches mech presses. We had long pause. Decided to shed some clothing there for y'all. Got my wee super dry extra schmedium vest on me, and we are pumping the life out of it. Yeah, so these long pauses feel good, and we're really working here. We're feeling good, man. Taking our time, getting those feet right. Loving that life. Get set up, push the hips back, pull the bar out towards my belly button. And again, the big thing with that pause is just pulling that chest towards that bar on the way down, squeezing the absolute life out of it. I'm trying to strangle that bar as hard as I can, pushing up and back. Key thing with this is just to take your time. Now, I switch up angles here so you can get it from a wee different angle. Oh, look at that Tricepticon popping, boy. That bulk be paying off, boy. Loving life, loving life. So here we go, we are working. As you see, you're pulling those shoulder blades down, trying to, like a nice wee cue for this is just putting your shoulder blades in your back pockets. Trying to think about a ruler. So if you got a ruler and pushed either end of the ruler together, the middle bit goes up. So that's what I try to think of my body as. So I'm applying pressure with my feet. I'm pulling my shoulder blades down. So my center of mass is being pushed up. And again, just getting good control here, and overall tightness is improved because of this, because I'm focusing on maintaining that tightness. So that's long pause bench. I believe we're into squat. Oh, here he is. Look at him. Woo! I was wondering how long it'd take me before I started throwing some shapes. Look at him. Loving life. So we're hitting some squats here. Oh, look at the hip action, lads. Look at him. Tell you what, we're a long way away from being able to boogie on the dance floor now yet, lads and lassies. So yeah, we're on some back down sets now. We're hitting 155. Life is great. To be honest, right, back down sets after the likes of deadlifts were something that I really skipped out on in my last 2 training blocks. And to be honest with you, it was just a case of I'm not bothered. I don't want to do them. But this block, I told myself I'm not going to leave anything out. I have the time to play with. So I'm going to tick every box and I'm going to leave no stone unturned. And to be honest with you, that extra little bit of squatting is really paying off, and it's making that squat feel extra soups dialed in. We are loving it. So that is it for the main lifts of day 2. We're into, look at that wee leg kick, do-si-do. We're into a bench grip row here now with the cable machine. Again, you've seen this last week. This is one of my favourite accessories. Absolutely love it. So again, smashing rear delts, smashing them lats, and just working. taking our time, focusing on the squeeze as well. Again, my grip isn't too hard here with the grabbing them cable handles. Most people when they row, they grab too hard, which pushes the force and focus into the forearm and not a lot into the back. But that's it for day 2. Here we go.
Yes, you legends. What is happening? So, that's day 2 in the books. We did upload episode number 4, and what you will notice is in the heading I said finally piecing a full week of training together. It took me 3 weeks basically to string all of my training sessions together and tick all the boxes outside of training as well. That took 3 weeks, but I understood that getting back into the swing of things, you're not going to get it like straight off the bat. And even though you see on social media, it seems to be perfect, but it's not. Like I said, it took me 3 weeks to get like a full proper week of training done, along with all the other stuff outside of the training schedule. So if you are still struggling and it's, coming near the end of January, don't panic. Like, you still have plenty of time. You can still get back up on the horse. Don't trip yourself up just because you haven't had a perfect week so far. It's not going to be perfect. It will take a little bit of time to build those good, healthy habits and to get into the routine of it. It just takes a little bit of time, and you just have to be a little bit patient with yourself and just give yourself a little bit of slack. And that's just how it goes. Day 2 went pretty good. We're flying it. We have some good momentum on deck. And that's just it, folks. We have day 3 on Thursday. Today's Tuesday. I take Wednesdays off just to relax, chill the beans, and recover. So we'll see you all Thursday for day 3. Peace. Woo! Yes, you legends. What is happening? Y'all already know what day it is. It is day 3. It is the longer session of my 4 sessions per week. And we just got to talk less and get in there. Feeling very giddy today. I'm going to take advantage of the giddiness and ride this giddiness wave, shall we say. Hope you're all keeping well and you're smashing the life out of your week. I know it's only Tuesday, but y'all got it. Let's get after it, people. Peace!
Yes, we're back. Y'all know what day it is. It is day 3. We working on them pause squats, and I said, look, lads and lassies, I'm going to hit you up with that booty angle. Wearing them A7 Ox shorts, which are absolutely savage. One of my favourite training shorts now at the moment. But less about clothing and more about lifting. So I decided to show you the full warm-up process here. Starting very, very basic. I actually start with a slightly wider grip. Just it's less pressure on my shoulders and it allows me to kind of ease into that movement that little bit more. So I kind of think of myself as I'm warming up, I'm dialing up. So I have my grip out wide. I'm not wearing a belt. I'm just wearing my gum shield. After this, what I do is I go up to 120, I believe. Yeah, 120. And I bring my grip in a little bit. So I put my middle finger, I had my index on the rings. Now I move my middle finger in. My middle finger's on the rings and it stays here for the rest of the process. I don't have a belt on yet. So that's the only change I make to this one here now. And again, just getting the body dialed up, ramped up and ready to rock and roll for when we're into that top set. So we hit this for a couple of reps, just focusing on that position and getting the core tight. And again, waking up that body, getting her set for them top sets. So again, one of the biggest benefits I've had over the last while, one of the biggest things I've learned, should I say, is just doing a couple of more reps in that warm-up. So just getting your body warm and ready. You know, I would have neglected doing lots of reps in the past in the warm-up because I thought it would have taken away from the top set, but it doesn't if you just do it smart and make smart jumps. So now I have my belt on here. I'm at full grip, got the young gum shield in, and I'm set. I'm ramped up, I'm ready to go. So we're hitting 160, I think, just for the single. Pause it, and then slap it on up there. As you can tell, I'm very excited. I got very excited after that. So, here we are. We're into the top set, boys and girls. Wearing that Vody Sport cutoff today as well. We are vibing, loving life. Oh yeah. So again, winding that bar up, waging it in to that lower shelf. I do squat low bar. Not very low. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle of high bar and low bar, if there even is a thing of that. So here we go. Feeling really good. Brace, holding that control. And blasting it up. Again, just take your time when you're doing pause squats. You know, don't bomb down into the hole. Just take your time. I think your general fitness will come into play as well with pause squats, because it does feel like you're running out of air really, really quickly. But if you can be a little bit fitter cardiovascularly, you know, that, I believe that will help you as well. So here's the little tidbit for y'all. Oh my days. So we're 4 sets in, 1 to go. I thought I would share something small with you before I get into this final set. A big sentence that we're very used to hearing in here is, I should have started it sooner. That's one of the biggest sentences that we usually hear from clients that are in the doors just a couple of days in some instances. A lot of the times you put off the stuff that's actually going to make the biggest impact to you. You put off the stuff that's going to give back to you as an individual, as a whole. And again, if we can improve ourselves, a lot of the time, everything else around us improves. So for me, it's running through my head today that I should have started this YouTube journey, this YouTube thing, quite some time ago. But like everybody else, self-doubt, you know, I was very excited to get a camera. I was very excited to start. And this was a couple of years back. And my lovely fiance Fiona bought me a camera. But the insecurities and the fear of not performing, or not people not liking me on camera, or, you know, all these different things. You know, from the outside, you see a fun-loving, energetic, crazy individual who just loves life. But a lot of times we can take things for, you know, what they are, and we take things at surface value. But when we dig a little deeper, there's a lot of other stuff going on. So today, that's a thought that creeped into my head. I should have started this ages ago, because I am loving being back on camera. I am loving recording all my training sessions and sharing my thoughts and feelings with you guys. This is just something that I should have done a long time ago. And the same goes for you guys. If there is something that you've been putting off, you don't know what it's going to feel like. You don't know how good it can feel to finally kind of let go and just pursue it. Just give yourself a chance to make a difference. Give yourself a chance to be better than you were yesterday. So that's my little thoughts before creeping into set number 5. And then we're going to hit some pause bench and some Larson press. Oh, hope you legends are having a great day so far. Let's get after it, people. Woo! And here we go again. Changing up them angles for this, the final set of pause squats. I also like to record the last set as well, because the last set is when you're going to be a little bit more fatigued and you're going to be a little bit more tired. So what I do is, this is a little trick for y'all as well, is I turn on the camera and I pretend it's a live feed. I pretend somebody's watching. So it has to be good when somebody's watching, doesn't it? You have to put that little bit of extra effort in. You have to pause sufficiently. You have to dial in that technique. So that's a little trick that I've done for quite a long time now, and it really, really works for me mentally. And I find, to be honest, it does have a good kind of layover. Not even layover, but kind of carryover. Look at him vibing, and may I just say that lighting is making me look extra yoked. Booty popping. So yeah, I think I believe I'm vibing out here, loving it. Oh wow, look at him throwing them shapes. A nice wee yoked robot there for you, y'all. Now, I believe we have some more bench press. I just love bench press. I love bench pressing my face off. So we have a lot of bench press today, actually. So we have, I think, 6 sets in total of this variation, which is with 115. We're hitting some 5s, a 6x5 with 115. Loving it. Again, this is just work, just drilling that technique. As you can tell, that felt beautiful with that wee side step off. Now, what we do here is we go into some feet up bench press, aka Larson press. So unrack the bar, feet go up, ba-boom. There we go. And I just dropped down to 112.5 for this. This is feeling really good in the last while. And it's just, again, takes out that leg drive, so all you can do is really use chest, triceps and overall upper body strength for that. That's feeling really good, and it's getting there slowly but surely. Now, same with squats after deadlifts. I would have neglected this in the past, but I said, look it, I'm not going to leave any stone unturned. So we're hitting 175 here. I think it was for a 3x5 once all the main lifts were done for the session. And again, just taking my time with that setup, not rushing through it. That was great. That felt deadly. Now, after this, what we did is we moved into 2 of my most favourite back exercises. Look, if you want to get strong, there's nobody that's weak, that's strong out there that doesn't have a strong back, all right? So build up that back. Take your time. Do the accessories to build it up. A strong back will help you in the squat. It'll help you in the bench because you have a more stable platform. And it'll obviously help you in the deadlift. So I'm hitting some, one of my favourite ones for lats especially is these neutral grip pull-ups. And what I do after that is I go straight in here. I'm just turning up them tunes. I go straight in here to like it's a hybrid between like a face pull and a rope row. So what I'm focused on here is I'm focusing on chest is up and I'm pulling them elbows back nice and tight. You can see that rear delt firing. Little bit of lat, but again, a lot of rear delt here. Now, if I solely wanted to work, say, rear delt and into the traps, I would bring my elbow angle up that little bit more. But again, with that, that's one of my favourite. Look at this wee pose here. Boom! That's one of my favourite movements to do for back. Now, this is it. This is day 4. We're into it. We're rocking and rolling. Now, today was super cold. So I had a wee hoodie on. I had a wee hat on. And I was loving life. So we're just getting that setup dialed in here now. Taking our time. You know what the drill is here. Smashing on that setup, taking our time, making sure it's the same every single time will take away any problems that you may have with rushing setup or, you know, just panicking when you're trying to get into position. Just slow it down. Breathe. It's all good, baby. You got this, man. So yeah, we have some pause deadlifts today. Again, yesterday we hit some pause squats. Today we have some pause deadlifts. We're working up to a top set of 3 or top triples. Oh, look at that. Camera magic. 160. Pause and then whack it up again. Straight into 210. This is my top set here. Hitting this for triple. These felt phenomenal, may I just say. Again, it just seems to be clicking. I'm taking a lot of tension out of the bar here. I've changed the way I rep weights now as well. I used to kind of shoot my hips up in the air and then crank into the bar at my hips and then go. But I've stopped doing that now, and I found what happens is if I just tighten my lats in between the reps, it feels much more comfortable and I can hold position much better as well. I felt I rushed the pauses with my first set, so I take the pauses a little bit longer here as well, and I just slow it down. I don't rush it. So see what I mean there? I'm just tightening the lats, pushing with the legs, and then pushing again. So it's a push and then a push again. Now, after this, we went into some touch and go bench press, which is, some of you guys know, it's not my strongest point. Again, little bit of camera action there. Wha-bam! This just shows you how dialed in that setup has to be. Just take your time with it. That was the exact same there from the empty bar right up to my top set here. So we're hitting 12s, and this is 100 kilo. I will give you a laugh. Well, just put it into perspective. I tried to do 10 reps touch and go with 100 kilo I think it was about 3 years ago, and I got to 6 and I smoked myself. I did get the bar pulled off me. But this is just progress. This is a sign of progress for me. Something I also wanted you to note in this is my very first set of 12, right? Now, this looks pretty handy, doesn't it? Well, it's not that handy, but it looks okay, right? I managed to finish out that last rep. Now, if I was honest or greedy, I could have went up a little bit, maybe to 105. But I didn't. I kept it at that because you have to be a bit of a fortune teller when it comes to this type of stuff, because I needed to stay within the RPE. This is my final set now, right? And I knew after the first set that if I went up a little bit, the last set would suffer. Check this out. So we're going, we're pumping away. We're getting it, we're driving it. Just about here is where it starts to really suck. And it starts to get really hard. Now, ooh, squeeze it on out there, boys. So did you see the difference in the first set and the last set? Just be careful. Your first set may be great. You may feel like Superman. You may feel like you're able to run through walls. But you have to think ahead. You have to be a little bit of a psychic when it comes to this stuff. Don't be a mong. Now, after that, we smashed into some accessories. My favourite accessories. We're up to the... I believe these are 32 and a halves, I think. Yeah, 32 and a halves for the incline. Again, focusing on control, contraction at the top, squeezing the life out of it, and then controlling the eccentric, which is the way down. So, everything's feeling good here. We're kind of hitting a nice wee rhythm with these as well. Now, I pop them down, do we shake out, spin around, and we're into my favourite row variation. So if some of you guys try this out, let me know, and you'll see what I mean by the second you get into position and start rowing. Your body just wants to go in every direction. So it's up to you to hold that tension and make sure you don't go out of position. Brace your core, contract those wee gluteus that you have, get a nice wee stretch. You'll notice as well, just when I get to the bottom, I'm allowing my scapula to kind of roll around. Just get a wee deep stretch and then contract. I'm drawing back with my scapula first, then my elbow follows. A big thing to remember with rows, especially, you're not trying to lead with your hands. You want to try and lead with your elbows, because sometimes, well, not sometimes, I believe all of the times, when you try to lead with your hands, you end up squeezing the dumbbell too hard, and this again puts a lot of pressure. As I said earlier on, it puts a lot of pressure in your forearm, and it takes it away from the back. Not completely, but just that little bit too much for me. Now, once I finished this, I go into a wee pump. One of my favourite bicep variations is this one, same as you seen last week. Now, what I did for this is I actually moved it back down another level on the incline from last week, and it actually felt that little bit better. Because I hadn't done them in so long, I just forgot position-wise. But I tried this one out and it felt much better. Again, dead squeeze at the top, nice full stretch. The thing about biceps, lads, and lassies as well, you need to work in a full range of motion. If you want a long, full bicep, you want to use a full range of motion every single time you do curls. Don't be doing no half reps. Don't be doing no swinging curls, because the swinging curls ain't going to get you nowhere. If you want a long, full t-shirt filling bicep, full range of motion, please. Dead stop, full squeeze. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. And yes, I am wearing a gum shield for curls because I felt like taking it to the next level, ye weapons. Now, again, another one of my favourite tricep variations. I like to do triceps on their own, because I do believe you do need to train biceps on their own as well, because if you do have one side that's slightly stronger than the other, let's just say you're doing a straight bar push down, you will tend to favour the stronger arm. So this exercise, along with the likes of dumbbell skull crushers, easy bar skull crushers, well, not even easy bar, because that's still a straight bar, I suppose, or that's still a bar So you probably will be better off sticking to your dumbbell skull crushers and this variation as well, and even the dumbbell tricep kickbacks, which are great as well for it. But I like to train triceps on each arm individually, just because of that, and I feel that I can work it much better, and one arm isn't kind of favouring, it's not taking over the lift. Ooh, get that squeeze at the top. Again, fixing the elbow and focusing on that squeeze. There we go. Ooh. And then I hit some deltoids. Now, there's many different variations of lifts you can do for your delts to build them up. I did see, I've got a lot in the arsenal. I've got a lot of weaponry in this arsenal for delts and shoulders and arms. But I did see Ian McGarry doing these in his Instagram. Shout out to Ian, legend. So I seen him doing these in his Instagram story for delts, and I said I would give them a go. So it allowed me to completely focus on one arm at a time here, and I was really able to smash that delt and just focus on that arm alone, and it felt really, really good. This signed off the week for us, and we absolutely smashed this week. Hope you legends have a great week, and let's get after it. Peace.